There are times when life presents new opportunities, and sometimes those are the moments you have to seize. For me, this has been a new partner not only in my daily endeavors, but also the weekend adventures. Shelby and I have been together for a few months now, though our list of places we've explored and still want to go are continuously expanding. From an impromptu weekend trip to Alaska, to now taking on her first multi-day overlanding trip, we have our sights set for completing the Highway 101 loop on the Olympic Peninsula. It is here we experience new scenery, jump in frigid cold water, and of course, indulge on the local eats. Join us for a weekend of new memories with new company. That was the first time for me jumping into Lake Crescent and swimming when it's 65 degrees out. Our weekend begins in familiar territory out along the Hood Canal within the Olympic Peninsula. The goal for the evening was simple: find camp with a good view and be able to witness the colors of sunset. Going even one step further with the simplicity theme was dinner for the evening by heating up someone's favorite meal. You could tell I worked hard on cooking this one. The following morning, we were greeted with being surrounded by the low-level clouds. Always interesting waking up to sights like this, though just one of the many reasons why I love the Pacific Northwest and experiencing this area. Of course, morning rituals consisted of starting off the day right, though this time with a different brew. Thank you, Kevin, for providing the coffee. Glad we were able to catch up at Overland Expo West. Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Memorial Day weekend. Shelby and I are out here on the Olympic Peninsula, and we are going to be doing a little bit of exploring while braving the crowds. Last night, we found a site along the Hood Canal. Many of you know I've stayed along this area multiple times in the past. One is just a beautiful spot, really great overlooks, but of course with the holiday weekend everybody's out and about as they should be, so we found an alternative site which was amazing. Really great views of the mountains and a partial view of the Hood Canal and seeing the water. Sunset was incredible, and we even brought dinner that we could reheat, which included Chick-fil-A, which is her favorite, so of course we had to do it in style. And continuing in style we did as we pushed on further north along Highway 101 towards our next stop in Port Angeles, the Harbinger Winery, a definite local favorite of mine. Having been here a few times in the past, I can say if you enjoy a glass of wine, or even snacks for that matter, this is the place for you. With it being noon, we decided to try out a wine tasting while also indulging on a few of the best chocolate bars I've probably ever tasted. Next on the agenda was visiting Lake Crescent. While by nature it'll be busy during a holiday weekend, it is still a fantastic place to witness. For those of you who have never been, I highly recommend, as there is plenty to do in the area with hiking and biking trails, canoe or kayak rentals, and even a day lodge with cabins for those wanting more options for your overnight accommodations. While our visit here was short, Shelby had an idea that given the incredibly warm 65-degree day, we should jump in the water for a quick swim. And while I've personally never done that here, I figured, why not? So that was the first time for me jumping into Lake Crescent and swimming when it's 65 degrees out. I don't know how cold the water was, but it was chilly. So we're gonna hike back, hop in the car, warm up, change, and find camp for the evening. Sound good? Let's do it. With no real specific plan on a campsite, we were off on a hunt to find a suitable spot that A, wasn't already occupied, or B, low enough in elevation to avoid unmelted snow. Unfortunately, we struck out on numerous opportunities and ended up driving well into the evening hours until we stumbled on a place to call home for the night. All right, so it's about 9 o'clock and we went driving all over random forest roads and different trail systems and whatnot and have massively struck out. We knew going into this, obviously with Memorial Day weekend, there's going to be lots of people out. Assuming campgrounds are completely booked, everyone's flooding to the more dispersed campsites, which are amazing in it of themselves. So as we were kind of exploring around, we noticed that it's getting late. The light is definitely dimming, and I wanted to try and find camp before all that happened. So there's no camping signs, and I'm not very proud of it, but you know, we are at a trailhead parking here. Granted, there's plenty of other spots if people wanted to come and park and utilize it for its true purpose. But with it this late and with our plans tomorrow of us getting out first thing in the morning, I don't really see a huge issue. I wouldn't advocate for it by any means, but it does do in a pinch like today because I really don't want to be driving into midnight on unfamiliar roads, and also because I'm hungry. So we're calling this home for tonight. It works. If somebody comes knocking, we'll obviously move, and I would suggest anybody to do the same. But for dinner tonight, check it out. We got a little smorgasbord of all kinds of goodies. So pretzels and a really good cheese. It's this brand. It's really good. So Shelby found that, so I'm pretty proud of it. Watermelon, pineapple, and you guessed it, round 2 of Chick-fil-A nuggets. I don't know, maybe we could put this in the comments. Whose favorite is what? Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's? Or if there's a third contender I don't know about. Let me know. I'm excited to hear it, because that's our dinner tonight and we're enjoying it. So definitely going to turn in early, get up the same for tomorrow. Big day plan, trying to complete the 101 heading back south now. and go from there. But overall, it was a great day today, great company, and excited to wrap up the evening. So we'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. With a successful night's sleep and no one coming by, we packed up camp and did a quick cleanup of trash left by others to help leave the area better than we had found it. Though with a big agenda for the day, starting off with a hike, it was back on the road, though this time heading south on Highway 101 towards the town of La Push. Well, good morning, everybody. We're out here at La Push doing the second beach hike, and it's beautiful. It's only a 0.8 mile one-way trek, and going in, it's all downhill.
Not going back up, it's uphill.
It is going uphill. So that'll be more of the strenuous part, but regardless, it's beautiful out here, nice and overcast. Not too much color from the past that I've been here during sunset, but otherwise it's always beautiful to take in the sights, seeing all the people doing backpacking and camping up here, which I would love to do one day, but our travels have us continuing on 101 heading south, and we'll check out more of the sights along the way before finding camp this evening. But overall, it's an amazing start to the day. Second Beach here in the La Push area is always a welcoming visit. With it being an easy short hike while providing incredible views, it's no wonder why so many come here for a quick escape. Though with much more planned, we were back on the road once again. With the day largely behind us, it was time for two things: dinner plans and finding camp. Knowing we hadn't put too much effort into camping meals on this trip due to our fast-paced agenda, we decided it was best to continue the theme and enjoy the local eats in one of my favorite towns here in Washington State. Here in Seabrook, you can expect all the elements of a perfect beach town environment with beautiful homes, an incredible community, and several great places to eat. Knowing we had a windy and chilly night ahead of us, we decided to splurge for a meal before finding camp. Now I'll have to admit, falling asleep to the sounds of the ocean waves, I mean real ocean waves, not something played on an app on your phone, gave me the best night's sleep I could imagine. There's something truly magical about traveling to new and familiar locations with the best company and the ones you love. While our lives back home are calling us for the week ahead, I cannot wait for what the future has in store and all the adventures yet to be shared. As always, I sincerely appreciate all your support, and until next time, safe travels.